That was probably a bit more subtle. Today's game is about ghosts. This is Bazzar, Bazzar, or Ghost Blitz, or Gaussian Blitz, whatever. This is the ultimate version, because there's two other versions before it. And this is a speed game with reflex and also logic for figuring out what you're going to be speedily taking. And this game is the third in this edition, and this game does gaming stuff. And I'm going to say game one more time, because that's the way I am. And it's for 8 years and up. It's a kids game. I'm going to stop babbling because I said game again. Yeah, I said game. Yeah, I said game again. So let's have a closer look at this game, and I'll show you and tell you what the differences are, and if you're going to like it or not. So as I said, this is the third in the installment. The other two versions have 5 objects random. All of them have the ghost, but all the other objects are completely different. And this game has 9 objects. You can see there's 2 of each colour, apart from the white ghost. It comes with a nice, very well written rulebook. And then you have this big deck of cards. There's a lot of cards, and some of them are a bit tea stained because I spilled tea on them. But anyway, don't drink this game. No, don't play this game while drinking, because you will spill your drinks. Because this is a speed game where you're trying to figure out what object you're trying to take. This is how we set up the table. We always put the objects in a round circle and the deck of cards in the middle. Each card is worth a point at the end of the game, so you're trying to win as many of these as possible. Now everyone needs to be able to be in easy access of all the objects as well, so a nice small table, because this game can play up to 8 players, a lot of players. And what will happen is one person will turn the first card over, so in this case, this card here. Now you're looking for an object which is either depicted on the card or is not depicted in any way upon the card. And what do I mean by that? Well, definitely the object is not depicted on this card. So there's the bottle there is red, not black. The owl is red, not green. And the torch is blue, not white. Okay, so none of those objects are depicted there, which means that it's an object which is not depicted. Now obviously you're going to be doing this very, very quickly in your brain. Okay, it's not an object which is white, so the ghost is out. It's not an object which is green, so the key and the mirror are out. And it's not an object which is black, so the hat and the bat are out, which means it's either a blue object or a red object. Well, it can't be the red objects because the owl and the bottle are there. So it means it's a blue object, which means it's not the torch, which means it is the clock. First person to grab the clock wins this card as a point, puts it in front of them. And then they, the winner, will turn over the next card. And then the race is on again. Can you figure out which object is on the card or not on the card in any way? I'm going to go green mirror. Because there's no green and there's no white, of course, but there's a white ghost. So it's not represented. So there you go. There you go. I won that one. Sometimes the object is depicted on the card, like this one. There's a black bat, which is a black bat. First person to grab that wins that point. There is another little rule though. If there's a clock on the image, when you grab the object, you've got to say the time which is depicted on the clock. So in this case, the object is the green key. So you grab it and say 4 o'clock. Well, I've fumbled that. If you ever grab the wrong object or you say the wrong time, you lose one of your cards to the winner of that round. And then game keeps going until the deck of cards is depleted. You count out how many cards you got, and the person with the most cards is the winner. Now there are some little varieties and versions that you can play with. The first one is the mirror, the beautiful mirror. Whenever you turn over a card and there's a mirror depicted on it, you have to grab the object which is reflected in the mirror. As you can see, the ghost is not there, but the hat is. So the first person to grab the hat would win that card. In this card, the clock is reflected in the mirror, so the first person to grab the clock, And say the time as well, 8:30. So yeah, because it's, yeah, you add that rule on. So that's one version of the game that you can have. The second one is called The Owl That Talks. So what will happen is whenever there's an owl depicted on a card when you turn it over, you have to say what the object is which is missing. Okay, so in this case we have black, red, it's not red, and green, so it's the white ghost. So you'd have to say ghost. You don't have to grab it. In this one you'd go key, because green key, yeah. And in this one, the owl is actually the same colour as the owl, so the object that you would be saying is owl, but you actually have to make the owl noise go woof, meow, whatever the owl makes, whatever sound it is. I can't think, ooh, no, something like that. So there you go, that's the owl version. Then there's a third version you can do. It's called the mirror and the owl. If there is a mirror and an owl on the card, when you turn it over, you have to say the colour of the object which is in the mirror. So in this case, red. Or in this case, white. Fastest person to do that wins the card. So, Bazzar, Bazzar Ultimate is a board game that every speed addict will adore. If you like Fun Farm, I kind of liked Fun Farm. Nice, cute, but not really stimulating enough. It's more about what you see and then memorizing that what card is what card. Whereas this is a lot more logical, a lot more like Set, and I like Set. And this does an excellent job of taking 10 minutes of your time, 20 minutes of your time, just to have a fun kind of, okay, it's that one. And that's what I like about it. It's simple. It's aimed for children.
What now?
Yeah, what now? Yeah. So what did you think of the game?
I like the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a game of rapidity. I don't know if my dad did tell you that. I like it because it's made nice. It's very nice.
All the bits and pieces.
Yeah. And now I'm question.
Yeah. What don't you like about the game?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay. All right. And would you say this is a good game for children?
Yeah, a bit good.
A bit good. What do you mean a bit good?
The Fun Farm is more better than that.
You think Fun Farm is better than that? Why is Fun Farm better than this?
Because it got some animal.
Okay.
And I bet that one is more for Fun Farm is more for children, and that is more for adults.
Okay, so or older children.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you say it's better for older children? Is it because it's very hard to figure out what?
Yes.
Yeah.
And like me, I'm 8 years old.
Yeah.
But I could change my age after. That's mean I could be more and more better at that game.
Yeah, when you get older. Okay.
Yeah.
And last question. I can't remember what my last question is going to be. Okay. And is it best to be played with lots of people, or is it best to be played with just 2 people?
Lots. Like that, you get lots of fun. And I got one thing
Yeah.
for you. It's more better for you find. You're trying to find the color if you're not on it. If you take a thing, because if you got white, red, and no, if you got green, red, and dark and black, you have to take one color and it's not on it. Like white, you can't because you got the photo. Man, you can't take blue. And the blue in there is...
It would be the clock, wouldn't it? Because the
Yeah.
torch is blue. Yeah. Okay.
more.
This version, I would say, was more for teenagers, whereas the other two versions, I would say, were better for younger children of 8 years. Obviously, with children, there's always going to be this problem, like if you have 2 children or 3 children and they're all different ages, the older one's probably going to be the quicker at getting, and then the younger one will be the one that cries because they hurt their hand. But yeah, this game is speed and logic together. If you don't like one or both of those things, then this game probably isn't for you at all. If you don't like either of them, then definitely it's not for you. Because that's all it is speed and logic. And I like that. And the components are nice, you know, everything is easily distinguishable, the cards are fun. You're never going to be scratching your head for a long time by looking at the images, because it is quite easy to figure out after a while, but it's just getting your brain around it. Is it the item which is actually on the card, or is it an item which is not represented at all on that card? And then you've got the variants, and they do extend the gameplay. We've played this many times, plusieurs fois. Excuse me. And we've always start with the base game and then we add a variant, and it just makes it a bit more fun. Obviously the the owl noises are a bit, but when you're shouting out the object's name or the colour, that's it. That's fun as well. Not as fun as just grabbing the item or saying what the time is or whatever. But it's quick playing, probably quicker than this video. It's enjoyable. It's not as small as it should be. It could be smaller to make it travel worthy and take it around the world with you. Woohoo! Because it is a great party game. It plays up to 8 people. 8 people. Or you can play with just 2 of you. Your child and yourself. And it's fun. You know, you're not going to get bored of it instantly because your brain is ticking over. So, fun game. Enjoyable. I'll put my score there. Or there. Ooh.